All right, guys. Sorry for the video there. I accidentally stopped recording, so this is just gonna be my part two video for our Golgari Saprolings deck. We're currently 1-0, not bad. We just swapped out a Baloth Gorger for a Pierce the Sky, which I think Baloth Gorger is a fine common, but not super amazing when you have a million 4-drops. So it's nice to have some sort of aerial defense. And we're main decking 2 Mammoth Spiders. Here we can leave with a Sapling Migration to a Thallid Omnivore, so that's pretty nice. There's no need to kick the Sapling Migration, I think. Eventually we can find our fungal plots, and we can find our slime foots to start generating value and saplings, so we should be in decent shape. So we're just going to play out the forest here, hide our second color, and just make a bunch of saplings and start pressuring the opponent. On turn 4, we should have a pretty nice Spore Swarm. You could have a Merfolk Wizard to ambush me the next turn if I attack this turn and he passes. I can imagine that, so maybe I can stay back, but missing on 2 damage is a lot, so I guess he'll eat a sapling, sure. He could flash in here, yep. Merfolk Trickster. He does eat a sapling, but that's okay. I do want to start pressuring him more. You know, it's not ideal trading it off, but it's still fine. If he didn't have one, I think we'd be happier, but opponent attacks back for 2, so hopefully not another Merfolk Trickster. It is that uncommon, of course, but I guess the Akami Drake will hold him back, so we'll just play out the Swamp now. Could just play out the Thallid Omnivore, actually. I think that's fine. Just hold back to 2-2, and it can beat down pretty hard if he decides to block. He can attack for 2 in the air, of course. He could use a removal spell on the Thallid Omnivore. Probably going to use a removal here, since the Thallid Omnivore is a pretty powerful card in my deck. Alternatively, there is a Mammoth Spider he could use it on. Fight with Fire, okay, that's a good removal spell. He probably have a Mirari's Conjecture to get back, so I don't really expect that to be the end of the Saprolings, the Fight with Fire. Here, Mammoth Spider is pretty good. It can hold off both blockers, both attackers, and it's just a pretty nice ground blocker. Next turn we can play out Spore Swarm and Fungal Plots. Aster Glider, not really a card that you really want to play in this set. Ooh, I guess we don't mind. Actually, we don't really want the Landward Visionary. I also don't think he's looking to kick out a Caligo Skin Witch on turn 6, so I'm fine just playing out my lands, I think. Divination, trying to find some answers, okay. But this Mammoth Spider is holding off these fires quite nicely, and I do have a Pierce the Sky to answer the 2-2 eventually as well. So we're in fine shape. Another Kami Drake, so a bunch of flyers, so my Pierce the Sky and my double Mammoth Spider should be pretty excellent. But here we're just going to Spore Swarm, and hopefully we can find some more stuff action. Unfortunately, we'll just have to play out a Llanowar Elf, and we will start exiling, I think. Or we can save it. We'll just surprise him, I think, with the exile ability. And hopefully he doesn't find a removal for the Mammoth Spider. Otherwise, I might be forced to sacrifice and try to sacrifice my Saprolings to find some answers for these flyers. That's bad, okay. Don't mind trading my Llanowar Elf at this point if he decides to attack a fall. We'll be taking 6. I could just take 6 here. Yeah, we'll just take 6. I can always sacrifice my Saplings later. And I might as well make a bunch of Saplings now. Hopefully that top deck is something good. Let's just start exiling here. And we are playing 16 lands, so Flood again can kill us, but if we can top deck like a Song of Freyalise, that would be pretty excellent, but we are pretty far behind due to these flyers. And now I think I'm forced to just sack here, just to gain some life and draw a card. Gain 2 life and draw a card, I mean. Frozen Druid we can always kick. How much mana does it take to kick? Guess we can just kick it now, gain some life so we don't die. We're back up to 20, so we're in good shape. We'll take a beating in the air again. Hopefully we can find some answers for it, or eventually find our cards to swarm the opponent. Cold Water Snapper, pretty annoying card. So now we don't really have any good ground attacks. We'll just say go here. Nothing off the top. I guess I don't mind just sacrificing now. These Saprolings, since they don't seem to be doing much. Yeah, I think I'll just start sacrificing here. Although I don't really want to, since I do need them to chump block, but now we can just kick them again and then try to and just make even more Saprolings. So we'll just pass here. If he decides to attack with a 4-5, we could just try to put our blockers in front of it and just kill it. If he gives it flying, that's also going to be an issue. So we'll just take 6. And hopefully we find something off the top. If not, we'll just start sacrificing Saprolings again. No biggie. And that can get back his Fight with Fire that he can eventually kick and kill all my Saprolings with. So we're definitely not in great shape. So we'll just say go. Mammoth Spire can maybe hold off these flyers now. So we'll just play it out here. Play out our forest and pass. But I guess he's just going to kick the Fight with Fire and kill us on turn 9, right? Alternatively, I don't really mind if he just kills my Mammoth Spider. That's a Fiery Intervention. Don't think I have any pump tricks to save it. So we'll just let that resolve. So we desperately need to find an answer to these flyers, which I only have one copy of a... Okay, we can always flash that in end of turn. So we'll be taking 6 here, and I might as well sacrifice another copy before I die next turn, so I might as well do it. And we'd flash in the Spore Swarm end of turn. So once he gets to Fight with Fire, we're basically essentially just dead. But now we can play out a Slime Foot and start swinging. So that's also pretty awesome. Or I can just start sacrificing the Slime Foot and activating it. That's actually pretty cool. So we'll just say go, and we'll see what the opponent does. We'll happily take 6 here. I guess we can always attack next turn. Yeah, we'll just do that next turn. Why is this one hidden underneath? What's going on? Yeah, this is just bad. What's with the stupid AI? How do I get rid of this? Like, I can't click on both of them. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I guess I'll just submit these two. And I guess I can Ancient Animus and fight a flyer, so that's also pretty good. Yeah, let's just do that. I guess I might as well play out the Spore Crown Thallid instead. How much does this cost? 8? I guess he just needs Knife Land to freaking Fight with Fire and kill all my stuff. So I guess we'll just move to main phase. And now what we can do is we can use Ancient Animus here. Actually, never mind. I'll just play out the Spore Crown Thallid first. I guess I don't even need to use the Ancient Animus. I can just make a bunch of Saprolings here. How much mana do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess I just want to make 2 Saprolings end of turn and just pass. Yeah. Hopefully he didn't get his land drop. If he did, I'm kind of screwed here. But this is a pretty nice combo, just having the fungal plots generate you Saprolings and sacrificing with the Slime Foot. It's pretty cool. So I don't hate it. He may be prompted just fire off the fight with fire now before Slimefoot does any more damage, so. And I might as well sacrifice some of these 2/2 Saprolings now and drain him. Should I? I do need some blockers up. Huh. This is pretty interesting. I think I will. And a second Slimefoot seems pretty good here. So do I want to sacrifice another Saproling? Not really. I think we'll just let this resolve now. We can play out the second Slimefoot and we're in good shape. Academy Journey Mage is going to bounce my Spore Crown Thallid, I think. I could sacrifice it and draw a card and gain a life, but nah, we don't really want to sacrifice an extra Sapling, so I think we're good here. I don't mind just taking some hits. We'll play out the second Slimefoot, start generating more Saprolings. How much is this? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guess I'll just chump block the Land War Elf. It's not doing me much. Now, I guess I don't mind a Slimefoot. We can use Ancient Animus to fight with it against the Academy Drake, which we should have done last turn. And now I can start using, I can activate it, make more Saprolings, and play out a Land of War Visionary, I think. And just pass the turn. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't kill Slimefoot. I mean, he only has 3 mana left, so he just needed 9 mana to cast a Fight with Fire and end the game. But Slimefoot just, it's just a mythic uncommon of this set if it doesn't get answered. So I'm happy I have 2 of them in the deck. In that game, the opponent definitely was on the beatdown plan with all the flyers, but I'm surprised I actually managed to get that one. Alright, currently at 2-0. Let's keep playing this. Alright, not bad. We have Slimefoot on turn 3, although I don't really want it to die to removal, but I'm still going to keep this hand. He's playing black, so he probably has a lot of removal. There's Divest to take away my fungal plots. Well, I guess that also just gets rid of Slimefoot, so that sucks. Guess we'll now play out the fungal plots and start making Saprolings, and hopefully we can win with the Song of Freyles. I should have took the second Song of Freyles now that I think about it, since I have many ways to make Saprolings anyway, so that's unfortunate. Here we're just going to play out the Crozen Druid, no need to show him the second Slimefoot. He knows about the Crozen Druid, so might as well cast it here. So opponent's going to be in a blue-black control deck. He should have enough answers to kill my Slimefoot, so this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. Demonic Vigor, okay. Don't really want to cast Slimefoots. I guess I'll just exile a Fungus end of turn and use Fungal Infection to ambush the Tolarian Scholar. We really don't have any recursion, so it's fine just getting rid of the Slimefoot and making 1/1s. We'll just pass here. I guess I play out Slimefoot. I really don't want to play him out, not at this point in time. I do need to kind of dodge some removal spells here and there. Demon Lord Belzenlock is just insane, so now I need some way to kill it with a removal spell. That card is just insane. I don't think I can win, so I might be forced to play out Slimefoot. I guess a Pierce the Sky is nice now. Let's just take out Demon Lord Belzenlock before he tries anything crazy, and we'll pass. So glad that I main decked the Pierce the Sky, given that all these this set's full of flyers. At least he's kicking this, so I'm kind of screwed here. So which cards do I don't mind getting rid of to kick? I guess he knows about my Mammoth Spire, so I'll get rid of the first one. Fungal Infection also doesn't seem really good, but I probably need it to defend against the 3/4. So I guess we'll just ditch the Baloth Gorger. Probably knows about my Fungal Infection already. Now we finally got a land off the top, we can Spore Swarm end of turn. He even have Karn's Temporal Sundering, which is hilarious. Now he's going to play out a land and draw a card, I assume. I actually don't mind this. So what we're going to do is we're going to Fungal Infection to 3/4 here. And I guess we can do a double block. And hopefully there's no pump trick, but I'm definitely going to try to double block here. Kills a Sapling, which is pretty interesting. Thallid Omnivore is not bad. I think I'll just play out the Thallid Omnivore so I can start beating down. But the Tatiel is essentially just going to win the game by giving him card advantage, since we were missing out on land drops. He even had Karn's Temporal Sundering to just cast, so yeah, he has all the mana ramp in the world. I'd be pretty sad if he plays another Caligo Skin Witch. Wow, he even draws 2 cards, so pretty insane. Even in Eviscerate, so at least we dodged the removal spell. But we're still not in great shape, so we'll just stay back, flash in the Saproling Swarm end of turn, and maybe we can set up a nice Spore Crown Thallid and Slimefoot in 1 turn as well. But I highly doubt we're going to win this, given that he's gaining all this card advantage in life already. I think it's just game over at this point. Sure. I actually wanted to attack since now he does have 2 mana open, but I think we just Spore Swarm here, right? And we do attempt to triple block Tatiova, or we just throw everything in front of it. I guess if he has the pump spell, I'm kind of screwed, so I think I have to go for something like this. Okay, I'm quite happy. Now it's gone. So I'm quite happy with this. Tatiova's gone. He can no longer leverage card advantage. I guess he was at 9 life, so he doesn't care anyways. Probably has all the card draw in the world. Guess he can just get back Tatiova. We'll just take 3, no big deal. Tetsuko, okay. So I need to kill Tetsuko as well. I can cast down. I can't really cast down on Tetsuko. However, I could cast down on the 3/2. I don't know, on one of these creatures. I'll just play out the Spore Crown Thallid for now. Keep up mana and just say go. I'll be taking 2 per turn, but I can start sacrificing my Saprolings, I think. I guess I don't mind just casting down the Thallid Soothsayer now. Actually, I don't mind him drawing cards at all, so... Yeah, I actually don't mind him drawing cards because he's at 9. So you definitely need to draw cards here to stabilize. I mean, he's eventually just going to deck himself if he keeps drawing cards, so I'm quite happy about this. We're fine just taking 2, it's not the end of the world. Keep up our cast down. And then he's going to lose a bunch of life. I mean, I guess he only lost 1. Demon Lord Bells Unlock will be a huge issue, though, so maybe I can try to leverage a Slime Foot in this game. Defreeze. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I do lose all abilities, so that kind of sucks. I do need some lands. So this kind of sucks. I'll be taking 6. Alternatively, I can just cast the Mammoth Spider, but it's not going to do much. I think I'm forced to play Slimefoot now and kind of show my true colors. And then maybe we can stack some Saprolings, drain him, and then hope for the best. Do I want to take the 1 extra damage here? Guess I don't mind, since I'm still not dead. The Slimefoot's gonna give me a bunch of life. I just need to maybe hold off the Demon Lord Bells Unlock, or find a removal spell off of it. So hopefully he doesn't have a removal spell, and we'll just say go. I can Spore Swarm. I guess I can just start stacking my Saprolings, gaining life. So I guess I don't mind just Spore Swarming now, and hopefully I don't think he has any counter spells to deal with anything here. And then we'll just pass the turn, and then start leveraging the Slimefoot to stack and drain him, and also make a million Saprolings. I do want to keep the Saprolings back as blockers. I guess I can't block it now. He has Tetsuko, so I'm in kind of deep shit, pretty much. So I'll be taking how much? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I just need to sacrifice 2 more Saprolings. So I should be okay as long as I keep sacrificing these Saprolings and draining him. Yeah, so we're not dead, so we're just gonna keep passing the turn. But our life total is pretty low, so we should also be pretty careful here. Now what I can do is I can play the land. I can play out Mammoth Spider and Chump Block, since taking 6 is a lot. And then you start, and then use the fungal plots again to stabilize. So I had to Chump Block to 6/6, unfortunately. Guess that's going to trample over for 1, so I don't know if that's going to seal the deal, so to speak. Does kicking a Crows and Druid do anything here? I mean, this is probably not enough, so guess I'm forced to just start exile a creature, sacrifice 2 Saprolings, and see what happens. And that's not going to do it, so yeah, GG's. Yeah. Missing on the land drops really suck, not going to lie. But I don't really want to die to Flood in this game either, so... Alright, Song of Fraley's, Fungal Infection. Seems fine. I don't really want the Song just yet. But I will definitely leave a Spore Crown Thal if need be. It could mean an inevitable end through Sheevan Fire, but I think we still have to play it. Probably Sheevan Fire end of turn. Okay, no Sheevan Fire. Alright. The bond is pretty scary, but we do have a Fungal Infection to answer it. So we'll just do that. I could also Song right now, but I think we're just going to play out this Fungal Plots. And next turn we can Song Fraley's and then Spore Swarm, so that seems pretty good. So the game could just be over here if he doesn't deal this Spore Crown Thal. It is over, wow. Yeah, just another fun game of Dominaria Limited. Jeez. Fungal Infection came in at the right time. Opponent couldn't do anything. Yeah, just make a bunch of Saprolings, Song of Fraley's, smash and win. Just keep going. Alright, well, I guess we have a turn 3 and turn 4. Not amazing, but at least a turn 4 can fight something, so I think I'll keep it. I'm on the play. I would like a Saproling Migration or one of my Saproling payoffs in this game. Blood Tallow Candle, fine card. We'll just try to hide our colors for now. So blue-red wizards, okay. I guess we have the right of Bells and Lock on turn 4. So maybe we just play it out immediately. Could see a Syncopate here. I wouldn't mind a Syncopate. Sure. Not the worst card to get countered. Yeah. And I guess we just start with the Demon Lord. I mean, he'll eventually kill it with the Blood Towel. Actually, he can't because it's a 6/6. So I think we just start right away before he keeps up a counter spell. We'll happily take 2. We'll kindly take 2, I mean. Jorah's Familiar is nothing but a 2/2 flyer that we can always deal with. And we can always pierce the sky and kill. I don't think I want to pierce the sky now. Also, I'm fine playing out land since there's no Caligo Skin Witch on turn 6, so this is fine, no attacks. Next turn we can make a 6/6, we can also pierce the sky on the Jorah if he tries something. You can also have a blink of an eye, so that's also quite annoying, so I gotta keep that in mind. Probably gonna keep a blink of an eye here. Let's see. Let's play land, let's move the tax. See what the opponent tries here. Opponent's just gonna take 4. We can always Ancient Animus, but we'll just play out the Fungal Plots now. And then we'll keep up Pierce the Sky and all these other tricks. We'll see. If he plays a land and pass, I'm definitely gonna Pierce the Sky on the Jorah here. He could have a counter spell here like Wizard's Retort. Never mind. So now he can't deal with my flyer. He's forced to use maybe the Bone Tallow Candle onto the 4/4. So he's tapping out completely. I can always use the Ancient Animus to fight in response. Does it matter? It doesn't really matter. I think we'll just fight off this Tolarian Scholar because it's being really annoying. And then we can start exiling the Fungal Plots and generating Saprolings, I guess. Academy Journey Mage would suck here, not gonna lie. Could use Blink of an Eye. He could have top decked it. I mean, he is hovering over it pretty nicely. So he's gonna get back Syncopate, which, who cares? I mean, he can only use Syncopate for 0, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start exiling our graveyard. I guess the other creature was exile. What's going on? I guess Syncopate exiles it, so we do have a 2-turn clock here. Land off the top is not what we want. We'll just pass here. Might not have an answer to 6/6 and we're happy. Alright. Sweet. 4-1. We definitely flood out that game, but yeah. So now the game is frozen. I can't click on the victory. I guess they might have a survey thing saying if I'm happy or not with the game. Probably not. That wasn't even a good game, to be honest, but I'm happy. At least we got through the finish line and managed to resolve the right of Bells and Lock, and the opponent didn't have anything to deal with it. So currently 4-1. Let's keep playing. I haven't seen it eviscerate a single time this game. And I do have a good number of removal. The Vicious Offerings do -1/-1, but the Pierce the Sky has been overperforming quite nicely for this draft. So I'm happy to main deck a copy now in every single limited game. Alright, Land War Elves, turn 1. Okay, hopefully get our second black for Right of Bells and Lock. Seems like an easy keep. Let's play out the Land War Elves. Next turn we can ramp out for Frozen Druid. Hopefully we can get our double black for Right of Bells and Lock. Unfortunately, we do just have to settle with a Frozen Druid on turn 3, which is okay. But we do have plenty of removal and Eviscerate to get something out of the way. A Cast Down, perhaps. Always just Cast Down this, or fight it. Actually, we'll just write up Bells and Lock, never mind. And I'm happy just attacking for 2 here and offering a trade. It's not the end of the world. Could have a blessed light. Could have a blessed light. I mean, for my right. But here, I think we're just fine taking 3. It's not the end of the world. Pierce the Sky can just answer the flyer, of course. So now what? I guess we're fine just attacking with everything. Keeping up the cast down and the Pierce the Sky for something much more useful. I'll probably cast this Pierce the Sky now so they don't take unnecessary damage. Could use an Adamant Will, but if he does, we'll just cast down a 3-2. And I can afford to take 3 here, it's not the end of the world. The Esther Glider can go, but... Do I cast down on this 3-2? Yes, I do. Otherwise, you can just start tapping down my stuff. I think I'll keep land hand in case there's a Calico Skin Witch. He can always ambush me with the 1-1, so I probably am going to stay back because he's probably going to sack this to make 2 1-1s. I mean, hitting him for 2 is actually maybe important. I can just take 2 back. It's not the end of the world, so we'll attack him for 2. It's okay, and we'll just pass the turn. I guess he needs double black for the Calico Skin Witch, so maybe playing out the land was correct. I don't know. But regardless, if we get a spell next turn anytime soon, it's still fine. I can see the Blessed Light on the Bells and Lock here. But he's probably going to make me stack a card first. So Blessed Light is not that great. However, I could just play out Fungal Plots and start generating 1-1s afterwards. But don't have any creatures. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play out land, move the attacks. Attack with both Crows and Druid and the 6-6. Since I might need a Land of War Visionary to still ramp, I think we're going to go for this attack. He could have a Blessed Light on the 6-6. No blocks, wow. No blocks at all, holy shit. Here we go, the Blessed Light. Don't really want to need to fight anything in response. At least I got a bunch of 0-1 tokens I can start stacking with. And I can play out the Fungal Plots here and say go. And we have more win. We also have more win conditions in the deck, so all we need to do is kind of stay alive, I think. Pegasus Courser, unfortunately we can't fight, but we can eviscerate. So it's not bad. And I think I'll just do it now, I'll just eviscerate now. Hopefully there's no Adamant Will, so none, so now we can start attacking for 2. Every damage counts since I'm planning to play Slimefoot and make a bunch of Saprolings and drain them to death, essentially. Star Disciple, not a card I'm too high on. Maybe he's going to triple block and I can use Ancient Animus in response. So I think I'm fine just attacking. And if he tries something, we'll just Ancient Animus in response. And I guess we'll just pass the turn. I can always just trade off my Land War Visionary for 1-1 and make a Saproling as a replacement. That's a pretty scary card. Huh. Guess I'm fine taking 2. Alternatively, I can just fight it. But I guess I'm fine taking 2, and then I can use the Ancient Animus and fight off the 2-2. Hopefully there's nothing that happens. There's no Ancient Animus. Yeah, charge. Okay, so that's bad. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, that's fine. I'll just make a Saproling token. Pull main deck's charge because he's a really aggressive deck. We can always chump block for the 0-1s if he decides to swing with the 3-3s. But we do need some cards off the top like the Slimefoot, which I'm happy to see. So, Slimefoot to the rescue. It's never the end. Hopefully it doesn't meet a Blessed Light, otherwise I do need to find another Slimefoot off the top. We'll kindly take 1 and then we'll start generating Saprolings. Sure. Is this a knight? This is a human soldier, so none of these are knights besides these 2. I'm in relatively good shape. I can just start making Saprolings, sacrificing them, drawing cards, generating value. So we're in really good shape here. I think we'll just pass. Next turn he's going to attack with the Knights. I have enough blockers to chump. So we're in great shape. We'll chump block with the 0/1s. Just keep making Saprolings, draining the opponent. So. Yeah, we're in good shape here. We just want to keep making Saprolings, and eventually we'll just win the game by essentially draining him with the Slimefoot. So, yeah. I think this game is over, essentially. Slimefoot is just going to get out of hand. We're just going to make a million Saprolings. Might as well just sack one now with the fungal plots. Because we do need to find some stuff. Now Vicious Offering is also quite excellent. So what we can do here is we can Vicious Offering the 1/1, our Land War Elves, kick it. I guess I might as well just activate Slimefoot instead before I use the Vicious Offering. We'll just say go here. Yeah, I don't think he's winning this. What's with this pause? I don't know what's going on. I guess it's a new season resetting. I guess does it really matter? I guess I have to exit out and kind of claim my reward here. Currently 5-1 with this draft. We're doing fine. We're doing good. I think this is a really A+ deck. I don't think it's super busted. I think it's just a solid A. Actually, yeah, just a solid A. I don't consider it an A+. Let's see if the season reset. It did. Okay, so let's claim our rewards. Since we reached Mythic and we get to show off how cool we are. That's really awesome. Okay. Yeah, so I guess now the season reset, but I think I'll still be drafting with the high-level drafters, given the fact that now everyone's at the same ranking. But this is great. We can definitely open some Coreset 2021 packs after this draft and kind of go over our first picks. Okay, we do have Saproling, Migration on 2, and Spore Crown Thallid. We just need double black for right. I think I'm fine keeping this. We're on a draw. Hopefully we can get our double black. If not, definitely Thallid is still fine. I'm going to risk it here. This is a pretty good keep. Not the most amazing keep, but if we can get the double black right, it's just... that card is just freaking bonkers. Unless we run against like a blue-black control deck with a million removal spells and bounce, then we're going to run into some issues, but... I might have spoken too soon. Now it's black. Hopefully not blue. Anything with black, I guess, is removal. But it seems like he's going to be more aggressive here. The Sarah Disciple. So we'll just leave with a Saproling Migration. Next turn we'll play a Spore Crown Thallid and swing in for 4. We're fine taking one for now. Skinning Surveyor isn't going to block too much. However, it's going to help him hit his land drop. And also pump the Sarah Disciple. So we'll be taking 2 next turn. But we'll be swinging for 4 back. So we're in good shape. We're in decent shape, This is not bad. We do have Land War Elves into Spore Crown Thallid. We just need a black mana, otherwise we'll just lose if we don't find our black mana soon, but this is pretty nice. I guess I also don't hate a Sapling Swarm next turn as well. Opponent stays back because he knows that something could happen here. I think we're just fine attacking these two, right? I'm fine trading for Skittering Surveyor anytime. Actually, I'll trade for the Sarah Disciple. No blocks. Okay, that's weird. That's really strange. Okay, we just need our black mana, and we're good. Arvad is pretty scary, though. So we're forced to maybe stay back against Arvad. Here, I guess we'll just play out our Crows and Druid. No need to kick it, and we'll just pass. Still no black mana, get bugged. But I guess I'll play a Baloth Gorger and maybe potentially trade for the Arvad. It's not a bad idea. Eldest Reborn. Okay, not a card I want to see, but it is what it is. Let's just ditch the... Do we really need the Land War Elves? I mean, I don't think I need a 2/2 here, so we're just gonna take it, and then now we're just stuck. We're kind of mana screwed here. So let's say we're forced to discard a card. What card do we want to discard? I do like the Fungal Infection. I also like the Deathloom Thallid. I think the Thallid Omnivore might be the worst, although it's a pretty decent attacker. King and always get back my Thallid Omnivore, so I don't really want to lose any creatures here, since the third chapter will go off. So I might just take some hits here. I'll take 5 because, again, I don't really want them animating anything. And this has First Strike too, so that's really annoying. And I can't cast anything. What's going on? Like, I can't cast anything. This is really bad. So I might as well just attack with all these, since I can't block the 5/3 anyways, and there goes a Gideon's Reproach. Sucks to be me, not hitting my black mana source, and getting totally owned. Guess he gets a Baloth Gorger, but he was going to get that anyways. Opponent's also playing an Esther Glider, so now he's putting me on the clock. I guess I have to chump here. I can't really take 5 forever. Can I have mana, please? Just mana for once. Okay, thank you. So now what? I can use the Cast Down on the Serra Disciple. Alternatively, I can play out... I guess I can Fungal Infection here. I can shrink this down to 4/2. And I can just put everything in front of it, though. And that might be the only way I can end up killing Arvad, so... Let's just let everything pass. And hopefully he doesn't have any tricks, because I do need to blow him out here. Let's Fungal Infection Arvad. And now I can throw all my 2/2s in front of it. He can first strike away 2 of my Saprolings, but then the other one will die, so... No tricks, please. Okay, no tricks. I guess it has Death Touch, so that's a huge oops. I totally messed that one up. Yeah, huge misplay, but I guess now we can play out the Deathloom Thallid, or I can play out the Rites. Maybe I just need to play out the Deathloom here. Play out the Slimefoot. Arvad's really winning him the game. I'm forced to chump block with Deathloom Thallid. And I'll be forced to take 2. I forgot that the Death Touch working with the First Strike doesn't work, so... Yep, I guess we're just put on a huge clock. Now we can just play land. We can play out the right of Belzenlock. Hopefully we can just throw these chump blockers in front of it, and then we can hopefully just cast down the Serra Disciple or the Esther Glider. He's just going to alpha here. So I think I'm going to have to force myself to cast down the 4/4 perhaps. Chump block with the 0/1. Throw the 2/2 in front of the 1/2. I can't fight. I guess I can fight away Arvad, but I'll die. So the right choice might just be the Ancient Animist, the flyer here. And then I guess I can attack with the Saprolings. I mean, I'm just hoping he doesn't have any historic spells. Because if he does, I'm just dead because, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually hoping he attacks. So I can start gaining life with this, Slimefoot. I guess he has nothing, so I'm quite happy about that. Now we can just kill Arvad and maybe just win the game. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's just kill Arvad. And then we can attack with all. And just win the game out of nowhere. Thank God there was an Eviscerate off the top. I had to get rid of it. I mean, he's just going to equip the First Strike onto the Serra Disciple, right? But I don't think I can afford to stay back. I do need to kind of attack into the opponent. However, I could just Spore Swarm end of turn. So that's a 3-powered First Striker. Guess I'll just Spore Swarm end of turn. I guess I can attack with a 4/5, so that's not bad. He does get a free trade here, but I have to attack with the 4/5, I think. He doesn't have anything, which I'm presuming since he just passed the turn. If he kills my 6/6, I'm screwed. If not, then I'm fine. Knight of Grace is pretty annoying. It has hexproof from black. However, we can still block it with the 4/5, so it's not the end of the world. That's okay. We'll just Spore Swarm end of turn, of course. Guess I don't mind sacrificing a Saproling to drain. Is that the right play? I don't know. Might be the right play, just to gain some life. I don't want to die to this Sarah Disciple. So I'm just going to play out land and just start making more tokens. End of turn, and draining him. Eviscerate, I guess that's just game over now, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. That top deck Eviscerate saved in the game. I mean, I wish I had a way to sacrifice these Saprolings. I should have just started attacking with them, but he was probably not going to block anyway, so that's unfortunate. I think we would have won that game if he didn't top deck that Eviscerate. But that terrible block against Arvad was pretty bad of me, but at least it's 5-2. Our deck is still good. I think we just need to try to not make too many dumb misplays like that one, like this game that I just played. So 5-2, let's try to get to 7. Well, we do have a right on 4. I mean, how bad can this be, right? We just need to hit a couple land drops, Slimefoot on 3. If we get green, I think I'm risking it. We also have Fungal Infection as defense if we need it. So I'm risking this. This is a huge risk. We'll just Fungal Infection that end of turn. We really don't want him to ramping now of our opening hand. Green is good, so now we can just play out the Swamp. Next turn we can play out the Crows and Druid. Don't think I'm going to Slimefoot yet. And I guess we have access to Bells and Lock on 3, so this deck is going to be pretty insane. Did he stumble on his land drop? He probably stumbled. Okay, so killing that Crows and Druid really helped. So probably no attacks here. I could Ancient Animus, but we're just going to start with the right of Bells and Lock here. Alternatively, I could just attack with the 2/3 and force a double block, which I don't mind. Since I do want to get rid of Yavimai Sappered. It's going to be a bigger nuisance if I try to Spore Swarm and do anything here. More Saproling Migration. So I guess it's a mirror match. I guess we'll just keep Spore Swarming end of turn. We'll just pass and Spore Swarm, Spore Swarm, Spore Swarm into the right of Bells and Lock. I guess I don't want to attack for the Spore Swarm yet, because if I do want to have my Slimefoot on the battlefield before that happens, so I think we're just going to pass the turn and Spore Swarm again. Steel Leaf Champion, that's a pretty powerful card. However, we could just cast down our Ancient Animus on it. I think right now, yeah, we're just a Spore Swarm. Is there anything for 1 green that punished me here? Not really. I guess you could have an Arbor Armaments, but I'm still fine just attacking for 6 in the air. If he tries any shenanigans, I can just cast down or fight. So I think we're just going to attack him for 6. Resolved quite nicely, so I think we're just going to keep up everything. I don't really care about the Steel Leaf Champion. Or I can just cast down right now. We'll just pass the turn. You could have a trick here, I don't know. We need to blow him out with the cast down. Never mind, we got him. Okay, so 6-2. This deck is pretty insane. Lost a couple of games. I think the first one we lost because we couldn't hit our land drop, and we just totally got owned by Karn's Temporal Sundering and Tatiova, and we got mana screwed even with a 17 lander. And then The last game we lost because we were we did some terrible misplays, and the opponent also top deck and eviscerate the time he needed it. I guess it was the Arvod giving first strike. So yeah, let's go to our final boss, and then we can go do a deck overview after this. If we manage to get 7, that is. Alright, Rite of Bells unlock is always game over, right? We just need the second black source, so let's just keep. And fungal infection can help stave off some early aggression. So we just need a swamp and we're in good shape. I mean, alright, no swamp, but we can spore swarm at 4 at least. Tapped land is always fine. Yeah, let's just surprise them with our rights on turn 4. Stronghold Confessor kicked, alright. Could just play out the Thallid Omnivore here. I think I'll just write here just to start, just to get going, because it's very important to get early and going, so we'll just take 3 from a Stronghold Confessor. Next turn we can play out the Mammoth Spider. Or we can keep a Fungal Infection and Spore Swarm. That's actually a pretty cool idea too. Elfame Druid is pretty scary, so guess we're gonna play out land. So we can Spore Swarm, use the Fungal Infection. Alternatively, the Mammoth Spider might disincentivize an attack here. So no attacks. Am I fine taking 3, maybe? And then we can play out the second Mammoth Spider and keep a Fungal Infection to try some weird trick next turn. Okay, Zone Saproling Migration. So I don't mind a double block. Opponent's planning to go pretty wide. So here we can just play out land. I think we'll play out the second Mammoth Spider, if I'm not mistaken. Or I can also just play out the Spore Crown Thallid and keep something up here. Keep the Spore Swarm. Nah, the Mammoth Spider looks good here, right? Mammoth Spider looks very good. Especially with double block, and we can keep up the Fungal Infection to deal with its other 1/1 end of turn. So we'll just pass and say go. Just want to be as mana efficient as possible. Roll from the ashes. Okay, kicked. So he's definitely looking for some lands to kick out more insane stuff. So that's fine. Eviscerate. Okay, I guess we'll just Fungal Infection in response. Alright, at least we got a bunch of tokens to chump block with. It's not the end of the world. And then now we can just Spore Swarm end of turn. Don't mind the Spore Crown here. Hopefully it doesn't get answered. Because I do want to Spore Swarm end of turn, and I want to be mana efficient. So we'll just pass here, maybe Spore Swarm end of turn. I don't think there's any good attacks. I could maybe attack the Mammoth Spider and just took out the Stronghold Confessor, but I think it's fine just doing this. Thallid Omnivore, okay. We can trade blows with our Thallid Omnivores. I don't mind that. Pretty interesting block. I guess he just concedes. Why did he concede? Opponent, why did you concede? What? That was the final boss? Come on, just don't concede against me. Please, at least play out the full entire game. I mean, you could have won that game. You knew it. You even eviscerated my flyer. Maybe he just left because he had to do something. Maybe the attack wasn't correct. Maybe he messed up just clicking the all-out attack. Okay, so we kindly got our final boss. Our final boss kindly handed us the 7th win, so I don't know if we deserved that or not, but this is still a pretty good deck. So overview of the deck. We do have double Landward Elves to help us ramp. The interaction includes a Fungal Infection. I do love 1 copy. I think it's a pretty excellent interaction spell in this set, especially with a lot of 1 toughness creatures in this set, like Land War Elves, you can answer early on. Cast Down is always excellent removal, although it doesn't answer legendary creatures, is great. Didn't see Vicious Offering even once in this game. Actually, I saw it once, but I didn't even cast it. But it goes best in the green-black Saprolings deck. Um, you definitely want to play this in green-black. I don't think -2/-2 is enough in this set, especially full of bombs and large creatures. Vicious Offering is going to be as best in a green-black deck, so you don't want to play this in any black deck from my experience. We're actually main decking Pierce the Sky since we're kind of weak to flyers. Although we do have double Mammoth Spider, I don't really want to use premium removal spells like any of these three on the flyer, unless I guess there's one toughness with fungal infection. So Pierce the Sky, main deckable. It has saved me in a couple of matchups. Killed a Lyra Dawnbringer in one of my first games with the opponent double splashing white for it. Yeah, I can't believe how effective this was. Ancient Animus, also don't sleep on this card. It might not be the best removal, but hey, if you're playing green, you're going to have large creatures like the Baloth Gorger and the Mammoth Spider, and they can fight, and that's great. And it's even better with Slimefoot since he also gains a counter. So, Ancient Animus was a filler fight spell, removal spell, but it was something we needed. We were lacking playables, we needed interaction, and it's also instant speed. So even though the pros do state that the Ancient Animus isn't an amazing card, which I also agree, it's not an amazing card, it's still a fine card to main deck, you know. It's not wrong to main deck an Ancient Animus, especially if you're lacking removal. This deck is just a full-out Saproling synergy deck. We have Fungal Plots to turn all of our creatures that would end up in the graveyard into Saprolings, so that's excellent value. Double Sapling Migration, where we took one Sapling Migration over a second Song of Freyalise. I don't know if that was correct, but the Song of Freyalise in a vacuum is a much more powerful, explosive card. I think if I took the second Song of Freyalise, I probably would have maybe had a second have another win condition besides this two Slimefoots and the second Song of Freyalise. So maybe the second Song of Freyalise was correct because we could have ended up in an insane board stall, and I was still had enough creatures to go wide with that. I needed the second Song of Freyalise to kind of close out the game. But yeah, two Sapling Migrations is pretty excellent, especially with the Spore Crown Thallid that I was happy to pick up pretty late over a Wild Onslaught. Looking at our threes, there's a Deathloop Thal, Double Slimefoot, and the Crozen Druid, which could be a late game kicker creature to gain 10 life. But overall, it's just a filler 3-drop that we kind of need. Or 4 drops are stacked, so that's why I'm not playing the third, whatever, the fourth Baloth Gorger. I think it's one of the weakest creature in our set overall. It's just clunky. But 4-mana 4/4 is always a decent body that can block and attack. But we do prefer the second Thallid Omnivore, Spore Crown Thallid, and Spore Swarm over it. And I'm just playing double Mammoth Spider because, again, we're still weak to flyers. Even with a single copy of Pierce the Sky, Mammoth Spider is an excellent blocker on the ground, excellent playing defense, excellent preventing the flyers from going in. And with 16 lands and double Land of War Elves, I think it was fine going 16. I was debating with 17 due to the fact that the Slimefoot is a huge mana sink in the late game. That can get out of hand if you have enough mana. But with double Land of War Elves, in some matches we managed to activate it twice, and I was pretty happy with that overall. So yeah, pretty fine draft. Not the perfect black-green Saprolings deck, but a pretty good one with double Slimefoot. I think this, if you watch this first draft, we started out, I think, black with the Rite of Belzenlock. The second pick was a Blink of an Eye. Third pick was a Blessed Light into Pegasus Courser into, I guess, a Gideon's Reproach. And then the second pack, we just took a whole 360-degree turn and moved into black-green Saprolings, given that Slimefoot was also in the same pack. And then we were past the second Slimefoot, and then we were past an Eviscerate as well. So I'm kind of happy that we kind of switch out of white from our first pack. I'm assuming that the pack one pick one, there just wasn't any good black cards in it. The whole entire pod. That's the reason why black was being cut off. And I didn't see any black at all. So we could have been in a green-white tokens deck with a million Saprolings, Song of Freyalise, Call of the Cavalries, and maybe the Sergeant at Arms on turn 3 and kicked on turn 7. But I'm still pretty fine with this, happy with this draft. Black was very open, the second and third packs, so kind of surprises you out of nowhere. So it's always important to keep your options open. Stay flexible unless you unless you know for sure it's exactly the color you want to be. But it's pretty crazy how white was I had mostly good white cards in the first pack, and I had to transition out of it. So Yeah, pretty happy with this draft. Let's crack some packs, but in the meantime, let's forgot I also need to take a screenshot of this, so I'll take a quick screenshot here. All right, done. Take another nice fine screenshot, and let's claim the prize. And let's pretend we're drafting Dominaria, pack one, pick one. What did we open? Dominaria draft pack one, pick one. Territorial Allosaur is a really amazing rare. Even if it's unkicked, the 4-mana 5/5 is an excellent body. But of course, you want to 2-for-1 the opponent by kicking this on turn 7. And turn 7 is not hard with green since you have a lot of good Llanowar um, elves at common, and then you have the Elflame Druid, which is a nice uncommon that can help you ramp. Other fine ramp cards include the Grow from the Ashes, but Territorial Allosaur is very good, so it's a nice first pickable quality card. If Territorial Allosaur wasn't in this pack, it would be pretty interesting debate between Rona, Disciple of Gix, I think, Gix, I don't know how to pronounce it, I need to learn how to pronounce it, and Spore Crown Thal. Spore Crown Thal would be a card that would play well with a heavy Saprolings deck, so it's going to be amazing, mostly amazing in black-green, but it's still playable in white-green, although it's going to be mostly a black-green gold card. So it'll be a pretty interesting option between these two, and I think black-green Saprolings is a much more better archetype than blue-green, but blue-green is also a very favorite archetype and fun archetype of mine too. So I would probably take Rona for fun over Spore Crown Thallid, but I think I would take Spore Crown Thallid if I'm looking to win over Disciple of Jix, if Disciple of Jix, I don't know, over Territorial Allosaur. I mean, if Territorial Allosaur wasn't in this pack. And at common, I would take the Academy Journey Mage as the best common. Alright, Daragaz. Don't mind Daragaz. I mean, he is triple color, but if you are maining green, you can definitely splash him. I mean, he's just a powerful bomb, right? I mean, 7-mana, 7/7 trample haste is no joke. The only way to actually kill it would be to exile it, since he will just come back in 3 turns. And yeah, he's just a huge bomb. There's really nothing amazing in this pack. Chinner's Torment is not amazing. Sanctum of Spirit is actually pretty okay. It does have a nice activated ability by giving it indestructible, but you still 1-for-1. You still loot away a nice historic legendary creature. The lifelink is annoying though, but the stat line is a great. Come on, 4-mana 3/2 is not a great stat line. And it can still get exiled. It can still get bounced in response to the activation. So, yeah. But I'll take a nice Daragaz, the Reincarnated. Jaya, not amazing in Dominaria. Sure, she can help you ramp some instants and sorceries. Sure, she can, I mean, I guess the second plus ability, you do need to discard up to 3 cards, because if you don't, I guess you can discard up to 2 or 1 card, so, I mean, I guess the plus ability in the late game can be a fine way to loot away lands, and you're never going to get to the -8, since there's a lot of flyers in this format. You get an emblem when you cast instant, if a spell cast away would be put in the graveyard, exile instead. Yeah, Jaya is just pretty hard to cast. I mean, there's just a lot of nice turn 5 spells in red, blue wizards like Fiery Intervention, I mean, there's just a lot of expensive stuff in red. You don't really want to cast Jaya, and she's just not very, when she comes down, you're already going to have enough mana to cast all of your removal spells, usually, unless you're looking to kick like a fight with fire, but even then, you can just get to the late game with it, with a Voldalian Arcanist to help you ramp into it, so... Jaya, not a great card, I don't think. Best card in this pack is by far Cast Down. Gotta take it over Sapling Migration, which is the best common. So let's see, what else do we have? Next pack. Mothrota, the Gravetide. I think I'll take it over Eviscerate. Eviscerate is a solid removal spell, first pickable quality. Definitely gonna take Eviscerate over a Fiery Intervention, although this is a good common as well. But Mothrotha, I don't know how to pronounce these names. Please don't Please don't get annoyed by my pronunciation. I just don't know how to pronounce it. But Mothrotha, the Gravetide, powerful bomb. Again, if you're going to be splashing, main green, and then, hey, once you get this down and you manage to stay alive and you manage to untap with it, you essentially just win the game because you just cast a bunch of lands back, a bunch of permanents. a bunch of creatures back over and over. And Mothrata will just win you the game in a nice Soul Tie control deck. But if Mothrata wasn't in this pack, easy eviscerate. Urza's Tome is also okay, but it's still a loot effect. So you'll be playing that in a more controlling type of deck like blue-black. Yeah, I mean, both of these cards are excellent. It'll be a pretty hard decision between Mirari's Conjecture and Serra Angel. Even to this day, a 5-mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance is an excellent card in white. Mirari's Conjecture is going to be played best in a controlling type of spells heavy deck, so more like in blue-black control and blue-red control. It's not going to be at its best in a heavy creature deck, since you're looking to mostly play lots of powerful instances and sorceries in the blue deck. So I guess this is going to be best in blue-black since it's more controlling, but usually blue-red wizards in this set is pretty aggressive, but Mirari's Conjecture can be pretty powerful in blue-red if you cannot kill the opponent fast enough and you need kind of like a late game way to get back your removal spell. So Mirari's Conjecture is really powerful, so it will be a pretty difficult decision, I guess, between these two, but I guess blue is a much more better color in the set. Yeah, blue is really powerful in this set, so I think I'll take a Mirari's Conjecture. And this can go into a lot of decks, while Serra Angel just wants you to be hyper aggressive in the white deck. And the best card in this pack overall is the Cloud Reader Sphinx. Excellent 5-drop. Can fly, can help you scry, hit your land drops, improve your draw steps, seems good. Memorial to Folly is also pretty good, but I will probably still take the Cloud Reader Sphinx over it. Pretty interesting decision between Knights of Malice and Danitha, Capuchin Paragon. I don't think Joda is amazing in this set, since, I mean, you don't really want to cast 5 colors. Like, if you can cast it, sure. A 4-mana 4/3 flying is solid, but it's not impressive at all, and it's pretty hard to get down. Between Danitha and Knight of Malice, it's a pretty interesting argument. Like, I guess black could be better than white, but they're both going to be played in the same type of deck. Like, you really want Knight of Malice in like white black, since you really want to give it the +1/+0. Then the first strike, vigilance, and lifelink is hard to deal with, and just giving all of your auras and equipment's discounts is just really nice and solid. So it's a pretty hard decision. Both cards are pretty excellent, and at the same power level. So if you give me an option between both, I'll be pretty much mulling over the entire pack for like 10 minutes or something. But yeah, it's hard to choose. I mean, I might as well celebrate my 7-win draft video by doing some Coreset's 2021 pack openings here. So we'll do so. Corset 2021 Primal Might. I think it's good. I don't mind a Primal Might. Yeah. Usually it's at the same level as a Hunter's Edge. You can still get blown out by a removal spell at instant speed. Yeah, you can still get blown out by a removal spell at instant speed. I mean, it's a fine fight effect. It's better if your creature has Trample, of course. But if you don't have Trample, it's just a Hunter's Edge, essentially. For essentially, I mean, it's mostly going to be a Hunter's Edge. You're going to be paying this for X=3 most of the time, I think. But you have the flexibility of casting this for even less or more, so Primal Might is okay, it's a fine removal spell. Best common in this pack is the Rousing Reed, pretty impressive if you're in a creature-heavy deck. Replaces itself, draws you, helps you loot, and gives a creature flying and +1/+1. Pretty excellent card. Yeah, not an amazing pack. I don't mind a Feline Sovereign. I think the Dogs deck, I think there's just a lot more dog synergy in this deck, in this set, than cat synergy. But hey, if you can pick up those 4-drop cats like the Canby Stalker, the Sabertooth Mauler, and the Prime Malkin, then and also the Basri's Acolytes. So if you end up in white green, or green any other color, you can pick up a decent number of cats, and giving them a nice +1/+1 stat line isn't bad. But I find this card pretty okay. I think the Dog Lord is better, the pack leader, and I also think the Alpine Houndmaster is better, since red-white dogs is actually an archetype, while the green cat thing is more of a sub-theme in this set, not really a main archetype, but I'll take a Feline Sovereign. And black-red in Corset 2021 hasn't been too impressive, since the Act of Treason effect is at uncommon, but if you can take an Act of Treason at uncommon, your black-red deck definitely gets better in value. Otherwise, the Direfleet Warmonger is just mostly going to be a 3-mana 3/3 since there's not a lot of amazing targets to sacrifice in the set besides Saproling tokens from the Death Plume Thallid. But if you're able to do that, sure, you can get in 5 as a 5-mana 5/5 Trample, but you can still die to a removal spell at instant speed. So Direfleet Warmonger is not amazing, just very okay. So Black Red is not amazing, not an amazing archetype in the set. I wouldn't mind another Feline Sovereign. Alternatively, Battle Rouse Shaman plays best in red-white, and it's pretty bad in other archetypes, since usually in red-green you also just want the 4-power matters thing, and most of your creatures are going to have 4 power, so you don't really need to give them the boost. Finishing Blow, best common. Not amazing in M21 given it's a hyper-aggressive format, but still 5 mana, kill any target creature planeswalker is still a pretty good card, but it's still pretty slow and clunky in this set, so I wouldn't value it too highly. I'll take an Anointed Chorister or Spellgorger Weird. Probably Spellgorger Weird, given that red-blue spells is the best archetype, but however, white is the best color in M21, but both of these cards are Transmogrify is unplayable, Canby Stalker is pretty bad. Easy Gormon, excellent card that you can reanimate over and over, and then you can force the opponent to constantly sacrifice creatures. So it's going to be really amazing in blue-black. It's going to be pretty good in black-red sacrifice. Actually, not really. I mean, I guess you could maybe steal a creature for 4 mana of the Act of Treason at 2 black to the 2 mana into the pool, and then pay an extra 4 to sack it. So I guess you need kind of like 8 mana to do the Act of Treason thing with the Gormon, but Gormon's pretty good if you can constantly rise again and get back. But yeah, I don't mind Gormon. Pretty excellent curve topper. Pretty interesting decision between Alpine Houndmaster and Scorching Dragonfire. As much as I hate to say it, Land of War Visionary would be an amazing card in Theros Beyond Death. It would be an amazing card in Dominaria, obviously, but I hate to say it, but M21 is just a really fast format, and the 3-mana 2/2 body is not very amazing. Although it does help you draw a card, and it's good in a nice mid-rangey green deck. It's not something you really want to prioritize in this set, and green is arguably the worst color as well. Also to note, maybe Drowsing Pteranodon is actually a better common than Land of War Visionary, as crazy as it seems. In a vacuum, Land of War Visionary would be better than Drowsing Pteranodon in other sets, but given that it's hyper-aggressive, the Drowsing Pteranodon is actually a better card, I hate to say it, than Land of War Visionary. Or it's something I just prefer. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Here is an interesting option between Alpine Houndmaster and Scorching Dragonfire. Scorching Dragonfire gives us a lot more flexibility and openness, so maybe the Scorching Dragonfire is a pick. Alternatively, the Alpine Houndmaster, if you can pick one up early, is a really powerful card, especially if you can drop a nice red-white dogs deck. You can prioritize taking those Alpine Watchdogs and Igneous Curs, and they go up in a lot of value, especially if you can thin your deck out and draw those cards. It can also hit pretty hard if you're going wide and attacking lots of creatures, so it's a card that needs to be dealt with and blocked off and traded off immediately, or also just deal a ton of damage. But I'll probably take a Scorching Dragonfire since I'm a much more conservative drafter than usual, but Alpine Houndmaster is very good. Yeah, same decision, Drowsing Pteranodon versus Land of War. And I hate to say it, but I have to take the Drowsing Pteranodon over Land of War Visionary. Given that super hyper aggressive, this is an excellent ground blockers. Hey, and if you prioritize this early, you can prioritize +1/+1 counters to put onto this. You can prioritize cards like Setessan Trainings, and if this starts attacking right away, it can definitely just steal a game out of nowhere. Like having a 2-mana 4-power creature constantly hitting you early, and if the opponent doesn't have any premium removal to use on it, then it can just almost be game over, I think. And the fact that they have to use premium removal on a 2-drop does make Drowsing Pteranodon very good. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but I would probably take Drowsing Pteranodon over the Land of War Visionary. Sorry, I'm hiccuping out of nowhere. So, there you have it. Our first 7-win Dominaria draft video for now, and In the meantime, I will fire off more Dominaria drafts. I can even spend 5k go for a Theros Beyond Death draft, quick draft if I want to. But yeah, in the meantime, this is the part 2 video. If you want to see the deck building, see the part 1 video, and have a wonderful day, guys. Take care.